Good morning, guys. So you would have seen my morning routine, but today we are going to be doing a what I eat in a day for lowering inflammation, gut health and healthy hormones. This is going to be we're focusing on gut health actually, because gut health is one reason that you could not be seeing results. Poor gut health can contribute to weight gain or holding weight, and this is why. If you have lots of bad bacteria in your gut, it can adjust the way that your body really uses the calories from food and how efficiently it stores fat. So having a poor gut microbiome can contribute towards that. It can also obviously increase your cravings, your hunger. So you always feel like you're craving sugar, or you're always hungry, or you always need a snack. And that's because poor gut health interrupts the hormone, I can never say this, ghrelin, which leads to stronger cravings, especially for the sugar. Then you've obviously got chronic inflammation and just a lower grade of inflammation, which a lot of us suffer with at the minute because of the food that we eat and our poor gut health. And this is when I was talking about when I was going to my doctor for my explant, he would mention to me that I looked inflamed, that I looked like I had really lower belly bloating, because he would go, you can tell that you're bloated. He was like, I think you should look into this a bit more. And obviously, since I've been making these changes, I've seen massive differences. And obviously, like, poor gut health can obviously just affect your mood, can make you feel crap, and it can affect your sleep. Having a bad sleep can affect your weight, because when your body is deprived of energy, all your body looks for is energy. So say, for example, you have 5 hours sleep, the next day, your body's gonna search for a quick source of energy, which normally comes in the form of sugar, right? In order to give the body more energy to just have a good day, have a successful day, have energy that day. It's not just about digestion, it's about optimizing how your body works and just being the best version of you. It's not just about having a flat stomach, having good gut health. I wanted to start off with, because I did show you at the beginning, 2 things. One, I don't have coffee on an empty stomach, I have decaf. I'll talk about that next. But the big one for me with gut health is the sweeteners. So you would have seen, where is it? So much that I now use honey, and I've been an avid stevia sweetener user for years. And when I say avid, I would have 3 hot drinks a day, each with an artificial sweetener in it. I would then move on to have half a tub of Halo Top or like low calorie ice cream, which now looking back is like, whoa, and a Diet Coke each day. This was disrupting the balance of my microbiome, and it was just wreaking havoc on my gut. It definitely caused me digestive issues and bloating and gas. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I was actually admitted to hospital through the emergency room because I was having such painful stomach cramps, and that was because I had trapped wind. And honestly, looking back on it now, I blamed everything. I blamed eggs, I blamed this, I blamed that. And I mean, I do have a slight egg intolerance, but the bloating, the cramping, the stomach pains, and as soon as I've cut out all the artificial sweeteners, I feel amazing. So yeah, I use obviously Manuka honey, I use dates, and it's not about calories. Like having a teaspoon of honey in your coffee, like, or half a teaspoon of honey in your coffee 3 times a day, if that's gonna help you be the healthiest version of you and make you as well, your body work better, then why would you not just add that extra 50, 100 calories a day? Like it's just either account for it if you're trying to lose weight and you're in a calorie deficit. For me right now, I'm just trying to look and feel my best. So if that means adding honey instead of sweetener, which tastes better as well, then that's what I'm gonna do. And just before I move on to my next section, having coffee on an empty stomach can really aggravate your gut. Have you ever had a coffee in the morning and just instantly run to the toilet? That is probably not normal. You need to be able to go to the toilet without having caffeine. And it took me about 2 weeks, I'm gonna be completely honest, for that to happen. And now I'm regular. And I just have decaf, and then if I want a coffee, which I normally do to be fair, later in the day, I have it after my breakfast or with my lunch or when I'm not fasted. I used to get really bad acid reflux as well when I had these digestive issues, and this is a main cause of it. You put caffeine in your belly straight in the morning on an empty stomach, it can increase the stomach acid production. And the main reason that I done it is because it spikes your cortisol. So when you wake up in the morning, you naturally have high cortisol anyway. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and it is what causes obviously fat storage around the lower belly, bloating around the lower belly, puffy face. You don't want to spike your cortisol too much, right? And I was having it first thing in the morning without any breakfast, literally at 5 a.m, probably having 2 of them as well. And that was causing my cortisol to crazily spike. So since cutting that out, not only do I feel better, my quality of life's better, I don't need the caffeine as much. People say to me, like, how do you do it? Just, if you have a better night's sleep, then you don't need caffeine to exercise. And normally it's the first couple of minutes of exercise that's hard and then you get into it. So you really do get used to it. For me, the ritual of making coffee was what I loved the most. I loved having like a nice coconut milk or normal milk, like cappuccino. And I love the milk in it. And I used to love the sweetener in it, but now I just love having my frothy coffee in the morning, and it doesn't really matter to me whether it's decaf or not. Okay, so let's start off with talking about my breakfast, right? So I've got some sourdough in the toaster. Sourdough is a lot like kinder on your gut. It's got minimal ingredients. It's also fermented. It is so much healthier. I used to eat so many bagel thins and stuff like that. Not only is there so many ingredients in the list, they're just packed with shit, basically. You just don't, I mean, look, I'm not demonising a normal bread, yeah? Like, I do still eat normal bread, not just all sourdough. But where I can, I eat sourdough. I then slice up some tomatoes. I mean, micronutrients, but yeah, you're not getting much from a tomato. It's more of a salad, right? This is not the main part. Also, my sourdough is olive sourdough. So I try to limit now the amount of processed foods and processed sugars. Whereas before I was having like, I don't know, protein powder, oats with low calorie this, low calorie that, stevia, sweetener, all this crap. And it was just playing havoc on my gut and also my inflammation. This is so much better for you. Now, when I had my eating disorder, I would never have picked these up. But these are wild petite sardines in extra virgin olive oil. Now, when it comes to inflammation, sardines are such an incredible food. They are packed with omegas. So omegas are so important for lowering inflammation. They're also packed with protein. And they say that extra virgin olive oil acts like ibuprofen. It's so incredible for inflammation. So healthy fats, hormone health. Hormones are so important. You need your healthy fats for your hormone health. And sardines also make your skin glow. So it's a win-win-win. It's a winner chicken dinner for me. I would definitely recommend getting sardines in oil, in extra virgin olive oil, and not in water or brine or anything like that. They need to be in oil. I then put red onion on top. This is just for taste. Literally just for taste. I'll put more on it afterwards, but I just want it to look pretty first. And then we'll do some salt and pepper. And now, we're going back into the gut-loving foods and we're going to add some kimchi. So I'm going to add kimchi and sauerkraut. Now both of these are so good for natural probiotics. They're fermented foods. So I couldn't used to get behind kimchi, but now I'm used to it now. Literally took me a day. And that is my gut-loving, inflammation-loving brekkie. If you follow me a while, you know that I tend to do lots of small food shops. Well, I'd say 2 to 3 smaller food shops a week rather than like a big one, and that's just because I eat so many like fresh foods and they just go off. So I've got salmon and smoked salmon here. I eat a lot of fresh food. Oh, my favourite, spaghetti squash. I love spaghetti squash, honestly. I was obsessed with it. I love it. And yeah, where I eat a lot of fresh foods, tomatoes, kale. This is just like a very small top-up shop for me. Oh, sorry, a bit chaotic with all the splashing, isn't it? Yeah, I just do lots of small, fresh ones. Blackberries, raspberries. I'm going to talk about those later. I'll keep that out, so I'm going to use that soon. Beetroot, some nice big beef tomatoes. I don't love beef tomatoes though, so I'm not very impressed with that. I go through so much courgette and cottage cheese, and it's literally just like a little top up of things that I've run out of, which is pretty much everything all the time. The amount of health words that I'm about to tell you is in this gut-loving, hormone-loving, anti-inflammatory snack. Please don't worry if you don't remember it, right? It's not a big deal. Just know that this is going to be packed with everything that you need, okay? This is probably one of my favourite snacks. So we've got kefir yogurt. So the reason we have kefir is because it's got more probiotic strains than natural yogurt. It is so good for your gut and fighting inflammation. It's loaded with probiotics. I don't know if I'm going to have enough of this, so I've also got normal yogurt on the side as well. Then we're going to do chia seeds. So chia seeds boost inflammation. Chia seeds fight inflammation because the omega-3 fatty acids in them. So good. They're also high in magnesium. The less magnesium, the higher the inflammation. So they're brilliant. And they're also packed with fibre, and it's soluble fibre as well. Then we're doing a raw cacao powder. Again, this helps increase the amount of magnesium, which is great for fighting inflammation. It's also full of polyphenols, which directly reduce inflammation. So do about a teaspoon, like a loaded teaspoon of that, maybe 10 grams. And we're going to add a bit of Manuka honey for sweetener. And then we're going to add blackberries and raspberries. I can't say this word, but the rich colour is basically loaded with anthocyanins. Anthocyanins, I don't really know how to say that, sorry. Fights oxidative stress, relates to inflammation. I listened on a podcast, and basically the loads of little seeds in this makes them a lot more of like a superfood, and a lot more high in fibre and high in all the amazing antioxidants that you want, rather than a blueberry, which is just one seed. Again, the polyphenols help reduce inflammation, and they are the highest fibre berries. And then you just pop that in the fridge. Okay, so for my lunch, I've got a really gorgeous, colourful salad. So I've chopped up some kale. I've also chopped up spinach. Obviously, micronutrients, so good for you. And they just bulk the salad out as well. I mean, cucumber's not really got much benefits, to be honest with you. It's just basically water. It's just good for a salad, isn't it? It's good to bulk. And then beetroot. I don't know the science behind this, but I know it increases oxygen in the blood or something. That's why endurance athletes use it. Before like races and stuff. Again, I don't know the science behind it, but I love beetroot and it tastes incredible. We've then got tomatoes, again for more micronutrients. I'm going to add the fun stuff on top after. I've roasted chicken and chickpeas in the air fryer. It's actually a bit burnt, to be honest, but whatever. I'm focusing on getting protein and fibre from one thing. It's incredible, and that's what you get with chickpeas. I just put some Cajun spice on top of those. And then we've got our healthy fats. So we're doing avocado, obviously so high in fibre, again, good for inflammation, and high in healthy fats for your hormone health. So we've got the avocado there. So we've got proteins, fats, and carbs in this salad. Salads aren't meant to be low calorie, no? They can be, but they're not necessarily meant to be, because they've got so many different micronutrients in them. And then I've got 20 grams of feta here, which is more for my happiness and my soul. And that is my salad. Gorgeous lunch. Back from my nail appointment. How nice do they look? I've got like cherry blossom style for Japan on Wednesday. But I'm basically going to eat my snack now, so I'm going to do some work. People always say to me, oh, do you work on weekends? And I always work on weekends, like always. Saturdays and Sundays. I don't dislike my job. Like, I love my job. So for me, working on weekends doesn't feel like a chore. It actually feels fun. So I'm going to sit here, do some editing, do some work, and then I need to test out some hairstyles for this shoot that I'm doing on Wednesday. I'm doing my own hair, so I'll bring you with me for that as well. I mentioned to you earlier, I've got a shoot on Wednesday. I'm basically going to be doing my own hair and makeup. So this is just a test of one of the styles that I'm going to do. I bought some really cool, like, bright liquid eyeliners. It's obviously a sports shoot, so I'm thinking, like, I just hate having shoots and they all look the same. So I'm going to try it, but I'm going to try it at the end. So if I don't like it, it's not the end of the world, you know. I can just, like, well, be done with it, you know. It's not a big deal. Anyway, I'm going to make some dinner, and I'm going to make this bowl thing that I make all the time. It is literally like, I feel like it's my go-to. I love it. And I use a ton of vegetables, but I also use half rice, half cauliflower rice in it. I actually love cauliflower rice, I'm not going to lie to you. I love it, like, I really love it. And I love adding it into rice because it then comes out like a bit more bulky. Do you know what, I'm not just saying this. I know people probably say stuff like this all the time, like this like lower calorie and shit. And it is, like, I'm not going to stand there and say that obviously cauliflower rice is lower calorie than normal rice, but I'm not mad on rice, if I'm being honest. I'm really not mad on it. Like, it's alright, it's nice, like it doesn't drive me crazy. I like coconut rice, like sticky coconut rice, unbelievable. But like plain rice is just, for me, I mean, it's fine. It's nothing to write home about, you know. But I actually love cauliflower rice, and I can get this one, and it's tomato and basil, but I love cauliflower. I'm obsessed with it. Like, I love whole roasted cauliflower, so I don't know if that's why. Because I've tried, they do a sweet potato rice, and it's absolutely disgusting, I'm not going to lie. But I've always liked it, cauliflower rice. So I mix it in with rice, so I do about 80 grams of normal rice, and then I do a packet of cauliflower rice. And then I add a ton of vegetables. I get so much fibre in this meal, and it's so amazing for you. I can't remember what the podcast said the other day, but they said something about broccoli having a certain ingredient in it, which is good for your gut. But I can't remember what the ingredient was, so I don't want to stand here and say that I can remember and I don't, because I'm not going to pretend like I know what they said. But yeah, and I love courgette. Courgette is such a low-calorie, high-volume vegetable, but I'm obsessed with them. I love them. You guys know I eat them literally all the time. I fry them off, So I'm going to have the veggies, the beef mince, the rice, the cauliflower rice, and then I'll put so I use Greek yogurt instead of sour cream on top of it. Anyway, I'm going to then put all paprika and stuff, but I'm going to cook it and show you after because it's pretty boring, to be honest. Greek yogurt is high protein. It is a probiotic, natural. I love Greek yogurt, honestly. I love it so much. So I put quite a bit of this on top. It's meant to be like sour cream, you know. Because I've done like spicy vibes. Sour cream. I love it, and that's my quick and easy dinner. It's literally huge and so good and packed with so many different nutrients in it. I love it. I'm finishing the night off with, I probably have like 4 squares of this, which is about 20-25 grams of the 85% dark chocolate by Green and Blacks. Then I've got a lovely chamomile tea here, and that is going to be me for the evening. See you in the next vlog. Oh, by the way, the dark chocolate, sorry, I forgot to explain. Polyphenols, so good for antioxidants, high fibre. The higher the percentage, the better it is for you. High fibre, healthy fats, and I actually love the high percentage. So yeah, there we go.